Assalamualaikum students, this is Miss Maruk from SM Public Academy Campus 5. I hope you all are fine and taking good care of yourselves. Let's start today's lecture. So, we are going to start new lesson today. You know the name of lesson? What are we going to read today? The first lamb, page number 66, the first lamb. Okay, so keep your literature books opened in front of you. You should have your pencils in your hands, so you should underline the words that are new for you. Okay, the first lamb. We will read page number 66 till page number 68 of this lesson. So, what is this story about? The first lamb. You must be thinking that it is the lesson about lamb, and I have showed the picture of cave behind it. So let me share the story with you. This is the story about 3 children who were alone in the cave. Their parents had gone out in the tree trunk boat. So Locke, Shan and Baby were there in the cave. Locke is the name of boy and Shan is the girl. Okay? You know what is cave? This is the picture of a cave. Cave is the large hollow place in the ground, and that is called ghar in Urdu. Okay? A large hollow in the ground. So, the cave was dark, large, warm and dry. The cave was getting darker as the sun was sinking or setting down. And the children were alone in the cave. There was no light inside the cave. Okay, the only light that they were having was the sunlight. And as the sun was sinking down, it was getting darker. The baby awoke and began to cry. So Shan made the light for the cave, and she also frightened the tiger away with the burning branch. Okay? She made the light for the cave because the cave was getting darker, and there came a tiger in the entrance of the cave. They were so frightened. Then Shan, who was the girl, okay, Shan made the tiger away. She frightened the tiger away with the burning branch. Now let's start reading to know the complete story. Page number 66. The first lamb. My dear students, please put your fingers on the line that I am reading. Locke and Shan sat by the fire in their new cave. Where were they sitting? They were sitting in their new cave. You can see the picture here. They were sitting in their cave. It was large and warm and dry. How was the cave? Large, warm and dry. Baby crawled across the floor playing some game of his own. And there was a baby also who was crawling all around the cave. A small baby who was very young was wrapped up in a bear skin and was fast asleep in a corner. So that baby was covered up in the bear skin and was asleep in the corner. Mother and father had gone out in the tree trunk boat. These 3 children were alone in the cave because their parents had gone out in the tree trunk boat. The sun was sinking low in the sky. But though it was still quite light in the open air, the cave was almost in darkness, except just now and then when the fire gave a little glow. As there was no light in the cave, there was fire, okay? So as the sun was sinking low means as the sun was setting down, the cave was getting darker. A small baby awoke and began to cry. The baby who was asleep began to cry. Shan went over to the corner of the cave where he was lying. It was so dark there that she couldn't see small baby at all. But when she put out her hand to him, she could feel that he had lost his bear skin. It was so dark that she couldn't find the small baby. Then by placing her hand in the darkness, she felt that the baby was crying because he had lost his bear skin. The baby was wrapped up in the bear skin, right? So he had lost his bear skin. That's why he began to cry. "You are cold," she said. And she moved about on her hands and knees, feeling for that bear skin. Since the baby was uncovered, unwrapped, he got cold. He was very cold. So Shan started looking for the bear skin by placing her hand in the darkness. Then she wrapped small baby up tightly and sang him to sleep. When she found the bear skin, she used that bear skin to wrap the small baby. She wrapped the baby tightly in the bear skin and sang him to sleep. "Mother and father are a long time," said Locke, when Shan came back to sit by the fire. When Shan returned to his brother Locke, he said to her that mother and father are a long time. Means it's been long since they had gone. "Yes," replied Shan. Then she said, "This cave is very dark." Shan said to his brother that the cave is very dark. So how was the cave? The cave was very dark. "All caves are dark," answered Locke. Locke replied her that all caves are dark. The children sat talking and laughing in the firelight. As there was no light just like we have at our home, they had firelight, okay? They had firelight. They were sitting by the firelight and they were talking and laughing. They watched the patch of daylight in the doorway grow more and more dim. Doorway means entrance. Why the light was growing more and more dim? Because the sun was setting, okay? The sun was sinking low. That's why it was getting darker. Baby crawled near the fire. He curled up beside Locke and fell asleep. Locke and Shan were sitting beside the fire. The baby came to them and he was asleep there, okay? He curled himself beside his brother Locke and fell asleep. The fire crackled and glowed. Crackled is used for the sound, sharp sound, okay? Sharp sound. And glowed means sparkled, shined. The patch of light in the doorway grew more and more dim. So the fire was crackling and growing. The fire was crackling and glowing, but the patch of light that was coming from the sun was growing more and more dim, okay? That's why the cave was getting darker. Let's underline the new words of these two pages. Crawled. Crawled is the past form of crawl. You might have seen the baby crawling. The small baby crawls, right? Underline crawled. Wrapped. Wrapped is the V2 of wrap. Wrap means cover. Okay, so wrapped means covered. Sinking low. Sinking low means setting down. Bare skin. Patch. Patch means mark. Patch of daylight. Curled. Curled means folded. Crackled. Crackled means made sharp sound. Sharp sound made by the fire. The fire crackled. Glowed. Glowed means sparkled or shined. I hope you have underlined these new words with me. Let's turn the page now. Page number 68. Locke became sleepy and had just closed his eyes when he heard a tiny rustle of leaves outside. So Locke was also sleepy. He had closed his eyes, okay? He closed his eyes and he was having some rest. He heard the rustle of leaves. Rustle means soft sound, okay? Have you heard the sound of leaves flying because of air? Yes, that sound is rustle, okay? Mother and father coming home, he thought, and he looked up at the doorway. It was the rustling of leaves, so he thought that his mother and father are coming home, okay? So he went outside in the doorway to look for them. Oh, his heart stood still with fear. There in the entrance of the cave was a tiger. So it was not their parents. What was there in the entrance of the cave? There was a tiger. You can see the tiger here in the picture. There in the entrance of the cave was a tiger, wild and hungry, cruel and fierce. The tiger was wild and hungry, cruel. Cruel means evil, unkind. Fierce means dangerous. For a second, Shan noticed nothing wrong and went on talking. So Shan didn't notice it because who went to see outside in the doorway? Locke. Okay, so Locke witnessed or noticed the tiger first, and Shan didn't notice it. She was just talking. Mark till here. Okay. We have done the reading till page number 67. Underline the new word of this page. Rustle. Rustle is soft sound. Okay. Cruel. Cruel means unkind. Fierce. Fierce means dangerous. Alright, we have done the reading. Now let's see all the new words that we have seen in the pages today. Here is the list of new words. Let's read these words one by one. Crawled, wrapped, sinking, patch, curled, crackled, glowed, rustle, cruel, and the last one is fierce. I hope you have read these words with me. Let's discuss the key points. Are you guys ready? Alright, I am going to ask few questions that you have to answer. Where did Shan and Locke sit? In the new cave. Very good. Shan and Locke sat in their new cave. How was the cave? The cave was large, warm, dry and dark. So how was the cave? Large, warm, dry and dark. Who was wrapped in the bear skin? Very nice. Baby. Baby was wrapped in the bear skin. Where were their parents? Were they also in the cave? No, they were not there. Okay. So where were they? They went out in the three-tongue boat. Excellent. What was there in the entrance? Tiger. Tiger was there in the entrance that frightened Locke. Okay. How was the tiger? The tiger was, yes, hungry, cruel and fierce. You can also write the tiger was wild and hungry. So, the tiger was wild, hungry, cruel and fierce. We have discussed the key points. I hope you have enjoyed the reading. Thank you for watching this video, my dear students. I'll be back with another lesson. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.